Facebook. Say hi, Jerusha. Yes, I missed you earlier today. I tried to go at lunchtime, but today we're going to do a quick training tonight, so I'm not going to hold you up, but I wanted to make sure that I see you, that every day I'm live on TikTok, so please follow me over there. I am going another 90 days strong on the Tik and the Tok, so I'm excited about it. And I just decided, well, let me bring in my Facebook family because I'm already training on TikTok. And so I thought you might need this goodness. You might need this goodness. So please make sure that you follow. Do me a favor. If you follow, you get a notification when I go live so you don't miss all this goodness. The B is in the building. Since 2019, I started and I just beaded jewelry and I added. Okay, great. So she started a jewelry business in 2019 and she was beading at that time. Now she's added on some gold field. I love it. You got to start somewhere. Roosevelt is in the building. Hello to you. Thank you so much for that. Hashtag pretty people. So if you're joining me on Facebook, make sure you speak to me. Say hi, Jerusha. Let me know you are present. I love to speak back. If you are a newbie, that just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. I love to speak to the newbies personally. And then, of course, if you tag and share, you and I just became besties. Like, I just love my people that tag and share. Because guess what? When I share, you share. That's how we change the world. You know, knowledge is the new rich. And so we want to make sure that we do our part. And so I show up all the time sharing what I know for sure. I've been in business well over a decade. I was offline for years. And so I can teach a thing or two about being offline. I've only been online a few years. And so I can tell you more about that as well. So I create what I call double threats. And so, yes, and so if you're joining me, I'm Jerusha Wiggins, motivational speaker, radio personality, and business coach in the direct sales business. And I help people start a business in my personal organization. Just so you know, I am developing 100 new online leaders to work with me in my personal business. Yes, 100 women, 100 families, helping them earn, whether they want to earn extra money or an executive level income. I'm excited about the 100. If you want to learn more about the 100s, put 100s in the chat. If you already have a business, like all of you, great. I help you build your business too. I help you build it online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat, baby. Hey, Miss Tina in the building. Hashtag double threat. If you want to be a double threat, bring the goodness. Yes, Kentucky in the building. Allison in the building. Good evening. Yes. I tell you what, the North just love me. Yes. Milwaukee in the building. The North love me. Yes, double threats. I don't know. My analytics is always the North. And so I'm so appreciative. I think they like my country accent or something. Or they just love the way I train. But I have a lot of people, according to my analytics, that are from the North. So I appreciate your presence. But I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I know I'm supposed to be present every single day. A part of my commitment is to show up on TikTok. I'm growing that account. I've only been on TikTok a year. And so that is where my focus is in terms of building my audience. And so that's what we kind of want to talk about tonight. So people who share and tag, they get to ask me any questions. So if you want to ask a business question, just share a tag. You get to ask any business question and I will teach on that subject, or I will just answer you privately. But I just wanted to make sure I addressed her question tonight. Yes, double threats in the building. Oh, Tennessee. Okay, got you. I got Tennessee in the building. So Tennessee is in the building. I'm trying to see. I know Houston is always in the building too. And so, yes, that is so good. So first of all, let me just say thank you so much for joining me really quickly for a training. If you want more of this, please, my private Facebook group, we go live in the private Facebook group every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And I bring you on screen if you choose to come on live with me. And that way it's like one-on-one coaching. I can answer your business questions. I specialize in small businesses, network marketers, and direct sellers. And so because I actually built my direct sales business pretty quickly, and so I want to be able to help those that are open to that do the same, or any small business. So I don't care what you sell. Thank you so much, Danica. I appreciate you. Yes, that's what's your group. And so, yes, tap my screen. It is business tips, motivation, and inspiration. So if you want the group, it's business tips, motivation, and inspiration. Tap my face wherever my profile is. It's my link tree. When you go to my link tree, listen carefully. When you go to my link tree, you'll see it. Business tips, motivation, and inspiration. That is the group. Please answer the question so my assistant can let you in. And so if you don't answer the questions, then she's like, well, she didn't follow directions. And that's a part of being successful, is being trainable and coachable. I can tell you, for the most part, most people are not. And I know people think they are, but they can be trained by the best of the best and don't do it. And then they want to know, well, how come I'm not successful? You really have to be open to change. You really have to be open to doing the things that you don't want to do. And so I did not want to go online. When you've seen a certain level of success offline, you're like, well, I already made it. But then you see, okay, it's just stagnant. It's not growing. People are now doing business differently. So I had to make a shift. I had to pivot online. And I didn't want to. I'm telling you, I didn't want to do it. I don't like technology. I'm like, I don't like it. I'm like everybody else. I got feelings. I don't like things. I'm like, I don't want to learn it. Another thing. Oh, gosh. So when I got Facebook down, I was like, okay, now let's do Instagram. Write this down. When I got Facebook, I mastered it. I said, okay, let's do Instagram. Okay, and I mastered it somewhat. Then TikTok came. I said, okay, let's do TikTok. And so now I'm on all three. And then obviously any short form video, you do the Facebook Reels and all the things. But those are the main three, right? That's going. So I said, well, I guess I got to do what I don't want to do if I want to see something differently in my business. And so that's what I decided to do. And I didn't have to take anybody with me. I didn't ask for permission from anybody. I just started showing up on my lives. I started showing up every single day. I set a schedule every Tuesday at 1:30. I said, this is what I'm going to do, until I built the audience. And so people often ask me, and her business question was, how do you get in front of more people? How do you build to 100,000 followers? And so on TikTok, I have about 40,000. I've only been in there a year. And so my goal was 50,000 each time, right? And I know people are doing that in a shorter period of time, but I've never been on there. When I got on, I was like, okay, this is where I need to concentrate. This is getting more, the algorithm is so much better on short form video. This is how I'm getting more exposure. So as a business coach, I can tell you, if you want more exposure, short form video is the way to go. Every top influencer, every top producer, they're telling you, you've got, that's if you want to grow fast. It doesn't mean you're not going to grow if you don't do it. So don't get confused, okay? It's saying if you want to grow faster, because everything shifts. So you remember when Facebook was number one? You remember when Instagram was number one? Now TikTok is number one. So there's always going to be changes. We got to evolve with the changes, you know? So you got to make sure when it's hot now in Georgia, so we change into our shorts and our tank tops. In the winter, we have on what, gloves and scarves and hats. And so when seasons change, we have to change as well. So why let everything else change and you stay the same? Doesn't make sense. So when technology changes, you have to change. Now, right there, I done lost some people. Right there. They're like, oh, well, okay, stay where you are. Keep doing what you're doing, right? So don't complain about where you are if you're not willing to be stretched. Anytime you're birthing something, it hurts. Anytime you're stretched, it hurts. You better write this down. You got to be getting this goodness. And so, yes, the young lady who asked that, how do I get to 100,000 followers? You definitely have to show up every single day. Every day, you got to show up. Every day, you have to show up. Whether that's a post, whether that's a reel, whether a story, every day you have to show up. Okay. Now, you got to know that who am I marketing and posting to? You can show up and put out nonsense. And you're like, I posted. If it is not valuable to other people, it is, in my opinion, you're kind of like spinning your wheel. You're kind of wasting time. Because if I showed up every day and I was just posting my cat, my dog, I don't have one, but my cat, my dog one day, and then another day I'm posting my lunch, and then another day I'm posting, my son, and then another day I'm posting my sister, then another day I'm posting, what are people learning from my page? What are they getting from my page? Because they come to social media to get something, okay? And so you want to make sure you come with the intentions of depositing so you can get a withdrawal. You want more followers? Deposit into other people. You want more followers? Deposit into other people. Keep depositing. It can't be random postings, right? It has to be of value. Okay, so the moment you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, this is where my life is going. There are the two most important days of your lives: the day you were born and the day we find out why we were born. I was born to talk, hands down. I didn't know when I started. I was in high school, and I ran for an office or something, and I was got a standing ovation. I was running for something, head of the school. I don't know what it was, and I was like, "That's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually good at this." And so I was like, "I'm gonna major in what? Public relations and broadcasting. I'm gonna be on the radio. I'm gonna be on television." And that's exactly the path that I took. And so 2 days, write this down: the day you were born and the day you find out why you were born. The moment you figure out who you are and why you're here and what you're doing, it should bring you joy. It brings me joy to motivate and inspire, and it brings me joy to do it. Now, I didn't say I want to do it every day. I said it brings me joy when I do it. I think people get it confused. Okay. When I do it, it brings me joy. So whatever you're doing, you want to make sure you're getting paid to do it. Okay. So I know for sure, okay, does this make sense? Yes or yes? It does. Okay. Somebody told me today that I remind them, because sometimes I say yes or yes. And somebody told me today that I remind them of Lisa Nichols when I say that. And so I was like, oh, what a compliment. Oh my gosh. What? Yes. I'm like, I remind you of who? Huh? So yeah, she's like, do you know her? I'm like, of course I know her. So I just felt like, oh, that is such a compliment. So I appreciate that. Now, the overall vision is more powerful than the process of getting there. So you got to have a vision of where you're going on social media. What's the vision? What's your intentions? What are you trying to get? What are you trying to accomplish by posting? Like, who are you targeting? And so I can tell you, the people that are posting to everybody is getting nobody. We call that posting and praying. All the people that's posting and praying, I'm going to post my Tupperware, post it. I'm going to post my website. You're posting and praying. That's not on purpose. It's just like random. I'm going to throw something on the wall and hope it sticks. The goal is for you to post with purpose. Write that down. Okay. And so you're going to fail along the way. The problem is if you fail to get back up. And so every time when I started this online process, I was like, oh my gosh, this is difficult. I was like struggling. And people think you don't struggle because you have, like my background. No, I struggle. It's just a different struggle. And so I struggle like all of you. I'm not that good with technology at all. I'm actually, when something happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's broke. Let's buy another one. Like, I don't even want to go through fixing it. I'm just like, oh, where's my husband? Where's my son? Fix this. I'm just done. So I have very little patience. That's why my word of the year was patience. Patience. So it's not my thing, right? I just want to be the talent and just show up and do my thing, which is talk. I don't want to have to maneuver. I'm on YouTube right now. I'm in my private Facebook group. I'm in my main Facebook page. I'm on TikTok. I don't want to have to maneuver all the things, right? But I had to learn to maneuver all the things, okay? I had to learn to do it. So if I can learn, you certainly can learn. So if you want to get in front of more people, first of all, having virtual events about your opportunity, about your service, about your product, okay? So when you have virtual events in a group, you can have a virtual event, okay? It allows you to host a global conference, a trade show, a product launch, a recruitment fair, whatever you have. So instead of people going to your office, or instead of them, having to leave their home, you can have and create that same environment virtually, a Zoom link. But you got to get people invited and you got to get participants, right? But if you could get 8, 10, 15 people in one setting online, would it be worth it to you? Yes or yes? Okay, so that's one way right there. Now, once you get those people in this private setting, you want to make sure you bring the heat, baby. because you've gotten these people in here to talk about your services. You sell insurance or financial services or whatever it is. You got to make sure it's good. You got to give them the meat and potatoes for them to come back and for them to share, for them to tag. You got to make sure it's valuable. So that's one way to get in front of more people. Host a virtual event. Write that down. That's the number one thing I can tell you. Because what I did was I started my business page every Tuesday at 1:30. That's the first thing I did. Okay, I'm going to be consistent every Tuesday, 1:30. I'm going to show up. I was in a doctor's office. I walked out. It's 1:30. I'm live. Business training. Okay. I was at my son's school. I walked out. We were having lunch at his school. I walked out. 1:30 on Tuesday. I'm live. You see the difference? I didn't give an excuse. And I started this 2018, 2019. It wasn't like it was 50 years ago, 10 years ago. We're talking a couple of years ago. But I showed up every day at Tuesday, 1:30, as promised. And guess what started happening? I started building an audience. And so now, when I show up every Tuesday at 1:30, I was in the car one time. I'm like, it's 1:30, it's Tuesday, a quick lunch and learn. Committed to the process. I started off, it was like 20 people, right? It started out, it was like 20 people. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk to this 20 people. And this 20 people grew. And so that's how I got in front of more people. I showed up consistent. It was like a show. It's the Jerusha Show every Tuesday at 1:30. It's a quick lunch and learn. And people start to follow you. Now, I can also say another way, write this down. That's the first way. Another way that I didn't write down, but I want to tell you is I also showed up in groups. I showed up in groups every single day. I post in 10 groups. Every day, because my people are in certain groups. So if I'm showing up every day in certain groups, giving value when I show up in those groups, right? Guess what people start to do from the group? They follow you on your main page. They follow you on your business page. They follow you on TikTok. So your followings are growing. So somebody missed it. I didn't say sometimes, oh, I didn't have a chance this week. I didn't say that, did I? I said every day I posted in 10 groups and I showed up every Tuesday at 1:30, hands down, in the audience group. Now, for some people, if you're working a full-time job, you're like, oh, my Lord, I think I can't do it. Yes, you can. Let me tell you how you can do it. There's apps and tools for everything. Yes, you can. You know there's an app that you can use that can post for you. So that means, guess what? You have help. Utilize a tool. Use a tool. Don't be a fool. Yes, that's me. All of you probably work a full-time job. I did too initially, okay? So I feel your pain. I'm not out of the loop. I started with my full-time job, side hustle, baby, a toddler. I feel you, mother. I feel you. You're a mother. I feel you. So when I wasn't online at that time, okay, that's the difference. I was not online. So I was face-to-face, which is harder because you actually have to leave your home if you're face-to-face. You're actually at home. It is easier. You have your cell phone. You have that smartphone. Use that smartphone. Otherwise, it's a dumb phone. Use that smartphone. I tell my son that all the time. I'm like, do you have that smartphone we pay for? Use it. Otherwise, it's a dumb phone and we're going to take it from you. Use the phone. And so you want to make sure you're using those tools that can help make your life easier. Okay. The next thing that I can tell you is going live. That's the third thing. You want more followers, more exposure. You want to build your audience, whatever you want to call it, right? I know people tell you to go blog. Some people say get a YouTube channel. Some people say, yes, all the things. Well, all those things are great, but you got to master something. So let's start with mastering, whether you're mastering Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Let's start mastering something so that you can add on the other things as well. The podcast, all those things. So if you're going live to entertain, to educate, to empower, and to engage with the people. Just like you and I just became best friends. Delicious and I on TikTok, we're best friends. And I just met her. And I know she has a jewelry business. That's what I know. And I know she's building a business, and I know she started all by herself. And so you've got to make sure you're engaging with the people. You can't just post your stuff and expect people to just run to your website and purchase. That's just not how it works, because online is a different little baby. Okay. So you got to make sure that if you choose to go live, and if you're like, I'm so afraid, I am not going to do that. That's okay. I know top producers that do not go live, but your content needs to be a beast. Let's be clear. Your content needs to be superior, because you're not going live. You're not doing short form video. So whatever you're putting out needs to be super good. Okay. People connect with what? And people buy from whom they what? Know, like, and trust. So if you're putting out weight loss tips or whatever, and okay, that's the content that you're putting out, people who want to lose weight will follow you. If you're putting out great exercises or whatever, to lose your buttocks or to lose your stomach, people who want to do that will follow you. So you got to make sure you're putting it out for your ideal prospect. Now, when you're putting out just posting content, it needs to be visual content. Let me tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a secret for the people in the back. Visual content is 40 times more likely to be shared on social media than written content. Visual content. My Facebook Reels are shared a lot because it's a visual content. Okay. So that means people need to see a picture. They need to see a video. They need to see something. We have the short attention span. I mean, we got seconds. Right now on TikTok, the average high viewing TikToks are between 7 and 10 seconds. You better write that down. Are between 7 and 10 seconds. Those are the ones that are viewed the most in its entirety. Because people are like this. You got 7 to 10 seconds to show me what you got. Boop, 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 boop. Next. Okay, what she got? Let me see if I like her. Boop, 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 boop. Next. This is y'all all day long. Am I telling the truth? Let me see. Oh, yeah. Girl, that was not good. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my. What is she doing? Oh, nope. Oh, that. Okay, what's she talking about? She's. Okay. Oh, that was good. Share. That's what people do. Was that a good imitation? Okay. Mobile video views has increased. Yes, heart me up on TikTok. Mobile video views has increased by more than 100%, especially short form video. Okay. Having more personal, right? One-on-one conversations with people, that happens in Messenger. Okay. That happens in Messenger. But getting the audience to see you, to follow you, to stop the scroll. I teach a course called the 3-Day Ride. It's coming up in June. All right. So it's coming up. You better get in this course. I take a select small group. It's coming up in June. All right. So let me just tell you, video happens publicly. The sale, the conversations, the relationships happen privately. And so what you're putting out, visual content, obviously, whether it's a post or a video, short form video, whatever, that is right now taking over. That's why you have the competition between Facebook and Instagram is competing with TikTok. TikTok is competing with YouTube, because now on TikTok, I can do a 10-minute video. On TikTok, I can do a 3-minute video. They're competing with YouTube. So there's always competition. So where do you fit in? Are you doing any of them? Yes or yes? Let me know. So when I have private conversations with people, I want to make them feel valued. When I message you back, when I comment, you comment on my stuff, I comment back. I want people to know I see you and I don't take it for granted. I want to engage. That's a part of the process, is engaging, so I know you. I know you said you're from Tennessee. I know you said you're from Milwaukee. I know you said it. So now when I see you, I'm like, what she said? Yeah, Milwaukee. My audience is mostly North. So you got to make sure you're in front of new people every single day. I've been preaching this every time I go live. Every day you're talking to new people. Every day. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day you're doing it until you build that momentum. And see, what happens is we never build the momentum. Most people don't build the momentum. They stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. They don't just keep going to build the momentum. So if you have an off day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to release a TikTok after I'm off here. I did that TikTok 2-3 days ago. I'm just now releasing the TikTok. I saved the TikToks. So you want to utilize your time. So when I don't feel like doing a TikTok today, that's okay. I got some saved already. Same thing with you. If you feel like you're working full time, I can't post every day. Put your post in order for the day, for the week, so you don't have to worry about it. Get organized. Prepare to win. Plan to win. Plan for success. Success is not by accident. If you don't have a plan, you work for somebody who has a plan, period. Does this make sense? So if you took my challenge in April, where we talked to 10 new people every day, we started 10 new conversations every day. Though I got a text message that said, Jerusha, is there a way? Is so many people messaging me? Is there a way I can batch my messaging? I was like, isn't that a good problem? Isn't that a good problem where you can't message everybody back because you followed the system? You followed what I was saying. Isn't that great? Yes, or yes, it's great. She was like, I can't even message everybody back. Okay, I'm not going to be able to message everybody back, but I'm going to be messaging people. And I'm going to tell them, like you said, where's your business group? I just said, click the link in my bio. It's my link tree. Click my link tree. It's going to take you to everything that I have. And so you want to have tools to direct people so they can go ahead and register themselves. They can join the Facebook group themselves. That way you're not physically having to do all the work. I'm using a tool. Is this helpful? So hopefully that answered your question about how to get in front of more people. One, you have to commit to showing up. That's the biggest one of all. And it's good content, not random. So a part of being successful is showing up just like this. They say 80% of being successful is showing up. Those who show up, go up. Those who show up, go up. I used to go to meetings like face-to-face, and we would train, oh my gosh, 4 or 5 times a week. It was crazy. Face-to-face, all you have to do is show up online, at your home, in your car, whatever. So we would leave our home, go to a meeting, and you're at the meeting 2-3 hours away from home, but you're at a home-based business. Now, how do you know how to create good content and where? Okay, hold on one second. That's a good question. So you got to show up. So we had to show up face to face at these meetings 2, 3, 4 times a week. Workshops, conferences, retreats, seminars, events, like face to face. You can do everything virtually. And they used to tell me, if you miss 1 training, you're sick. If you miss 2 trainings, you're in the hospital. If you miss 3 trainings, you're dead. And so I was committed. I believed if I didn't show up, I was going to miss something. That day, somebody was going to train on something, and I needed that one thing to take my business to the next level. So I just continued to show up. So you've got to keep showing up for yourself. You've got to keep showing up for you. It's your business. It's your image. It's your brand. It's yours. Write this down. Pretty person's going to write this in the comments for me. Most people will not participate in their own rescue. Sadly, most people will not participate in their own rescue. Even if you have this coaching, even if you have this type of training, most people just listen and not implement. We want to implement the information. You don't want to hoard information. I say this all the time. Information without implementation is just information. You just got some good information, some nuggets. You're like, I got some nuggets today. You're excited, not implement. It doesn't work until you do it. So show up for yourself. Was that helpful? So Miss Young Lady who messaged me that you need to know how to get more followers, that's how. Having virtual events, showing up in groups with your ideal prospects, posting good content, going live, entertaining, educating, empowering, engaging with the people. That's how you're going to see more people follow you. Visual content, short form video. That's what it's all about. So you're going to have to muster up the courage and do something. And so if you're not there yet, at least post. So on TikTok, she's asking me, how do you know how to create good content where it's not boring? So you have a jewelry business, right? So what do people want to know about jewelry? So think about the consumer. What is it that you can share that I don't know about jewelry, right? And so if you know, okay, I have this big hair, so I have to wear loop earrings to look nicer to me with big hair, right? So if you know that, everybody doesn't know that, right? Somebody told me that because you couldn't see the little studs. Like you can't see my little diamond studs, or you can only see loops. And so what you could share is, hey, when your hair is this way, these are the types of earrings you would wear. That's something valuable to somebody else. Hey, if you dress like this, you're a professional dresser or whatever, you work in corporate America, these are some pieces that would go good with a professional attire. Like, tell me how your jewelry is going to help me. Because now people will go to your page, just like people tell you, the girl showed on TikTok, she shows how to take clothes from Walmart. I'm like, what? How to make clothes from Walmart look nice. I'm like, I never even thought about that, right? And so she was stepping in a pair of pants. She put both her legs in one leg of the pant and pulled it up. And then she took the other leg of the pant and she put her arm in it, or she put it over her head. Whatever she did. I watched the whole thing because I'm just thinking, well, what are you going to do with this? But you see how she's made me stop the scroll? That's good content. You want people to stop and be curious enough to be like, now what now? Now, what is she teaching me? How can I get educated? How can I get entertained? Now, what is it? Am I being empowered, which is more my lane, right? And so if you know something about jewelry, not just the making of jewelry, because I might not want to make it, but I might want to know, okay, does a smaller necklace go well with, I'm short, I'm only 5 feet. So you could teach me what type of necklace goes with my short neck. You know, what type of accessories should I be wearing? You know, if I'm on a live like this, you know, should I be wearing accessories with this big hair? All of that is good content because most people probably like, oh, that was good. I didn't even know that. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know. I didn't know that your what's the air fryer. One girl showed us how to clean your air fryer. She just put Dawn and water in the air fryer and turned the air fryer on. I didn't even know you could put water in the air fryer and turn it on and it just cleaned the air fryer. So that was valuable. And so whatever you know, somebody else doesn't. You know more than somebody. That's why you're the expert in your area. You're the expert, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is very useful. So does this make sense? She said, oh, wow, okay. So as opposed to you trying to just sell, how you would sell better if you educate. Because when people are informed, they want to buy. People actually want to buy. They don't come to social media with credit card in hand. They go to Amazon for that, but they come to social media to learn, to get it entertained and all the things. And if they learn something and it's a purchase that's involved with it, they're open to purchasing. And so if you're making jewelry, yes, thank you for writing that. Most people will not participate in their own rescue, for real, for real. If you're making jewelry, that's great. That's a TikTok, you know, from beginning to end. You started off with 1 bead and now you got 10 beads and now you have a beautiful necklace ensemble thing and boom, that is a TikTok. And you didn't have to say one word. You didn't have to be live like this. All you had to do was create it. As well as, you know, having people wear the necklaces, all the things. You know, I don't know what type of jewelry, if it's big jewelry or really tiny jewelry, I don't know. But what I know is you're not marketing for the consumer so they can see why they need to buy your jewelry. Give them a reason why they need to follow you. Oh, this girl has some great tips about this type of jewelry. Oh, this girl says these types of beads, whatever the beads do. See, I don't even know. I just know it. I like it. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. But I could be wearing it wrong, right? Now, I do see people that have on a suit and then they have on a big necklace and big earrings and big bracelets and a lot of jewelry. And I'm like, is that the style? Does that look good? And so I don't know. But an expert like you wouldn't know that. Oh, okay. A lot of bees have meanings. Okay, see, like that. Girl, I don't even know that. I didn't even know. Did you guys know these colors have meanings? Like, I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm just telling you, somebody posted. Did you know these colors have a meaning? Just like she told me beads have meanings. Don't even know what they mean. So that's content you can share. And I would make sure you stretch it out. So if you have a certain type of bead that means healing, you could teach us, oh, this type of bead means healing, and that's a TikTok. Then another bead could mean peacefulness, and then you tell us what that means. People like that. They're like, oh, I didn't know that. Then you have your pieces for sale, then people want it. But yes, there's something, these colors, like yellow is sunshine and green is, I don't know, happy. So I didn't know what these colors meant. Do you guys know? I don't know. Somebody showed us on TikTok what they meant. And I was like, okay. And so it stopped the scroll long enough that the algorithm picked it up. And that's all you need. You need it to stop long enough that the algorithm says, oh, this person enjoyed that. I'm going to show this person to this person again. That's what it's doing. The reason why I showed up for you, that means you stopped on me one time and then it showed you me again. And every time you stop, it's going to keep showing you. Even if you're new, like you put newbie in the chat, and so now you stop the scroll. When I go live, you'll get that notification again. Oh, stones do too. Okay, see, you guys smarter than me. So stones have meanings. All of that is great content. So find out what you love and share that, because it will come easy for you. I love to share motivation, inspiration, and business tips. So not that it comes easy, I love doing it so I can share what I know for sure. You've got to share what you know for sure. Oh, you're a newbie to me. Diana is a newbie to me, y'all. I got a newbie in the building. Thank you so much for joining me. So if this was helpful, hashtag helpful. The best thing you can do is make sure that you share and tag, because when I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Yes, hashtag pretty people. If you are part of the pretty people, we crown our queens on this page. We crown our people over here. So we crowning our queens over here. So we crown, we celebrate, collaborate, and create great relationships. Hashtag pretty people. So yes, I created this whole pretty people movement because anybody can win. You know what? There's so much room at the top. It's the bottom that's overcrowded. Yes, helpful. Tina said hashtag helpful. Okay, biblically, colors have meanings as well. So see, that's something you could share. And I would just stretch it out. You know, if it's 7 biblical colors each day, that's 7 days a week. You could certainly teach somebody something. Yes, I love the crown. Yes, get your pretty people tee. It has the crown people on it. It's really cute. Yes, go to my link tree. Go to my link tree. Go to my link tree. And you'll see the pretty people tee. Hashtag helpful. I appreciate you on TikTok as well. So I'm going to see your beautiful faces on Tuesday, tomorrow at 1:30 on my business page. So make sure you're following me everywhere. Okay, so I definitely am live on TikTok every day, but every Tuesday I'm committed to my business page. 1:30, a quick lunch and learn. So we'll be talking about it on tomorrow. Hashtag helpful. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha Wiggins, and I'll see you on the page. Good night. Oh, I appreciate you too. Yes, helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Patricia, in the building.